Puka Nacua has started the 2025 NFL season red hot. We're talking 2021 Cooper Cup type of start to the season. Through 5 games, Puka Nacua has 588 receiving yards. He has 52 receptions. He averages 117 yards a game, and he has 3 total touchdowns. Let's put this into perspective real quick. If he finishes with this pace, which obviously hard to do, but he's done it 5 straight weeks. Who's to say he can't do it almost every week of the season? We don't even know if he's played his best game of the season yet. If he finishes with this pace, he'll finish with exactly 2,000 receiving yards, which we have never seen in the history of the NFL. He would surpass Calvin Johnson's record. He will finish with over 160 receptions. No one's even come close to that. That's just out of this world. And he'll finish with 12 touchdowns. Let's go game by game here. In week 1 versus the Texans, Puka was targeted 11 times with 10 receptions and 130 yards. The next week against the Titans, targeted 9 times, 8 receptions, 91 yards, and a rushing touchdown. Week 3 versus the Eagles, targeted 15 times, 11 receptions, 112 yards. Week 4, targeted 15 times again, 13 receptions, 170 yards, and a touchdown. Week 5 versus the 49ers, 12 targets, 10 receptions, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Through 5 weeks, his lowest yards in a game is 85. His lowest amount of targets in a game is 9. 9 targets is way more than what a lot of elite receivers are getting a game. This start to the season is something we have never seen before. There's something about Matthew Stafford and his ability to make all of his receivers great. We saw it in Detroit with Calvin Johnson, and obviously, he didn't make Calvin Johnson great. Calvin Johnson is one of the best receivers of all time. You can make the case he is the most talented one of all time. With Matthew Stafford, Calvin Johnson holds the record for most yards in a season with 1,964. In 2019, Matthew Stafford made Kenny Golladay, who is now out of the league, look like arguably the best wide receiver in the NFL. Kenny Golladay finished that season with 110 receptions, 1,190 yards, and 11 touchdowns. 2 years after that, when he went to the New York Giants, Golladay finished that full season with less than 600 yards and 0 touchdowns. Fast forward to Stafford on the Rams in 2021, the season that they won the Super Bowl. In his first year there, Cooper Kupp almost broke Calvin Johnson's record. He finished with the triple crown: most receptions, most yards, and most touchdowns. Arguably, I wouldn't even say arguably, it is the best receiving season ever. Now Puka Nacua, with this start to the season, is likely, if he doesn't get injured and if Stafford doesn't get injured, going to have one of those seasons. He could break Calvin Johnson's record. I don't know if he'll do it through the first 17 weeks like Calvin Johnson did, because obviously now we have the extra game being played, but he could do it week 18. He's having that type of season. These targets that he's had per game is out of this world. And it's not like he's getting targeted 15 times and only having 7 receptions. No, he's getting 13. He's getting 11. I mean, this is insane. And he's got Devontae Adams playing with him too. I don't see a world where he finishes with less than 140 receptions. Like with this pace, he's got 52, and we're not even a third of the way through the season. With this pace, he would be over 1,000 yards in the next 4 games. Think about that. Through week 9, over 1,000 yards. Last season, he played 11 games, not even 11 full games because of injuries, and he finished with 990 yards. So he almost did it last season in 11 games, 10 yards off. That is just out of this world. I don't even know how to describe it. What Puka Nacua is doing is something we have not seen before, and I'm really hoping he can continue this pace. I don't know if it's the divorce that he's going through, but that's what everyone's making it seem like. Ever since he got divorced, he's been a different type of player. I mean, he's always been good, but holy cow, what we are seeing is scary. It's funny to see Puka Nacua putting up these numbers instead of like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, those type of guys that were expected to do great in the NFL coming out of college. When Puka got drafted, nobody really knew who he was, and then I remember the first few seasons of his rookie year in 2023, he was playing out of his mind. I remember in my fantasy league, people were really trying to get him off waivers. I didn't put a bid in there for him because I was like, all right, this is going to be like just a few weeks of him playing really well. I didn't really expect much from it. And then here we are 2 years later, and he is on pace to absolutely shatter so many receiving records. I mean, if there's one player that I do want to break Calvin Johnson's record, and this is coming from a Lions fan, obviously I don't want that record to be broken, but look, with the extra game, that's going to happen. And I think it's going to happen soon. We saw Jamar Chase get relatively close. Tyreek Hill looked like he was almost going to break it a few years ago. Cooper Kupp was so close. He was like, I don't know, what was Cooper Kupp? He was like 20 yards, 40 yards, something off like that. I would not be mad. Obviously, Amon-Ra breaking that would be cool. J-Mo, that's obviously not going to happen, though. It would be cool to see Puka do it. Such a down-to-earth guy. I think he's a fan favorite. I don't know how you can hate him unless you're an NFC West fan that's not a Rams fan, obviously. So if Puka breaks the record, can't be mad about that. Let's check out the Rams schedule here. They're playing Sunday against the Ravens, and that's a banged-up Ravens team that's not going to have Lamar, so I expect the Rams to win that game. Obviously, it's a tough secondary, but I'm pretty sure their secondary's also kind of banged up. So wouldn't be surprised if Puka went crazy in that game. Next week versus the Jags. Jags are looking good, but I don't think they're going to look great against the Rams. I think they've had, I don't want to say a little bit of luck on their side, but I don't know. I don't think they're a true 4-1 team, and their secondary is not great. So expect another good game from Puka there against the Saints. The only way I could see him not having a crazy game is if he gets benched after the first half because the Rams are winning by so much. Versus the 49ers, they're playing Lenore. He's a good cornerback. But I still think he'll have a good game. That they played the Rams last week, and it was a battle, to say the least. Went into overtime, and Puka had, I think, what did I say before? 85 yards, 86, something like that, and a touchdown. Could be another good game. Seahawks, a little bit of a tougher one. Witherspoon, good cornerback. Bucks, he could have a good game there. That should be a close one. It should be a lot of pass attempts from both sides. Panthers, J.C. Horn, tough cornerback. Can he guard Puka Nacua? That's the question. And then you just got a couple other ones like the Cardinals, Lions. Lions are pretty banged up. Terran Arnold, he might be back by that time. Probably will be back by that time. DJ Reed might be back, but still. Rams could be down that game, could be throwing a lot, could be another good game for Puka. I really don't see anything in the schedule that catches my eye and makes me think, oh, this could be a tough game, besides the Seahawks and the Panthers. And we all know Stafford. He's just an absolute gunslinger. Kind of plays like Brett Favre, but a little bit better, in my opinion. He's smarter, definitely makes smarter decisions, but, I mean, he absolutely slings the ball. He can throw the ball into, like, the tightest spot possible just where the receiver can grab it. Outstanding quarterback. My favorite quarterback of all time. Super underrated. Can't even begin to describe how underrated he is. I'm glad he's with the Rams, you know. Like, obviously, he'd be great with the Lions right now, but when he was with Detroit, never really had the weapons there, never had the coaching staff there, never had the ownership there, never had anything, right? Run game, like, the Lions have changed so much. Since that trade that the Lions and Rams made, the Lions gained basically their whole entire team now from that trade. They got Laporta, Gibbs, J-Mo, Jared Goff, Fatu Melifonwu, and more from that trade. So that trade absolutely was great for the Lions, and it was great for the Rams. Obviously, maybe those first-round picks could have been useful, but, I mean, they won the Super Bowl the first year after that trade, so win-win from both sides. Glad Stafford's doing well with the Rams. I'll always love him. I think most Lions fans will. Keep expecting Stafford just to rip it to Puka. If he doesn't get 1,000 yards by week 11 or 10, I'd be very surprised. And if he just keeps it up, man, I would not be surprised if he broke Megatron's record, especially with that extra game. This is just going to be an incredible season from him. Touchdowns are a little low. I mean, I can't even really say that because 3 touchdowns in 5 weeks that's not low. It's not. It's just like compared to his other numbers, you think the touchdowns are low, but they're really not. Anything with over 10 touchdowns, that's a fantastic season from any receiver. So if he does that along with the yards and receptions, I mean, he should. Let me look up here the most receptions in a season. Okay, I had a feeling it was Michael Thomas. Oh, wow. Michael Thomas in 2019. I knew he had a lot, but I didn't know he had 149 receptions. Yeah, Puka could definitely finish the season with probably right around the same amount. I don't know if he'll break that, but I think he'll be within a few. So yeah, like I said, if all goes well, injuries, the team stays healthy, Puka should be set for an outstanding year. The pace that he's on is crazy. I mean, it's safe to say he's by far the best wide receiver this season, which is crazy because JSN is also having a spectacular season. Amon-Ra's having a great season. Amon-Ra's 5th in yards, and he is 1st in touchdowns. So there's a lot of good receivers playing well this year. Rams fans, I'm sure you guys are absolutely stoked. And comment down below what you guys think Puka is going to finish with, stats-wise. And subscribe, please. Thanks.